coming back to Aunt Susie's kitchen. Today we're going to make one of our favorite marinades that we use in the house all the time. It's cilantro and lime. It's got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of canola oil, and what we really like about this recipe is that it's very versatile, and it's something that we use when we are making our turkey burgers. We use it to marinate chicken breast, and it has a lot of wonderful flavor, and it's very simple to make. So let's go ahead. What we have here is just 3 medium-sized limes that have all been sliced in half. And I'm going to use a citrus reamer. This is really one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. I talk all the time about my kitchen gadgets and how much I love them, but they have to have a purpose that only they can serve. And so to me, nothing gets citrus juice out of its rind better than a citrus reamer. So I'm going to just go ahead and in my chopper with my chopper blade, I'm going to go ahead and get all of the juice. Look at all the juice that comes out of there. If you were trying to just squeeze this lime and get all the juice out of there, it doesn't, you think you have all the juice out and it gets to a point where you can't get any more out, but I'll tell you what, you go back with the citrus reamer and you probably have, double the amount of juice still sitting in there on the flesh. So like I said, I like to use the citrus reamer because it does the best job. Okay, so we just finished juicing these last 2 halves, and then we're going to be ready to move on to the next part. I love the smell of limes. There's just something so fresh about them. Really, any citrus fruit, especially lemons and limes, they offer such a brightness and flavor to anything that you're making. I use lemons in so many things, on rice, a little bit in my chicken soup, and it just brightens the flavor. And it also reduces the need for excessive salt because there's something about the citrus that just gives you that burst of flavor. So, okay, so we have all of our limes juiced. And now I have some cilantro here that I bought at the grocery store because it's not growing season. But in the summertime, I definitely grow my own cilantro. Here's a quick little tip that you may or may not know about cilantro. It only has a growing season of about 5 or 6 weeks. So when we grow our cilantro, we grow them in multiple batches, 2 and 3 weeks apart, so that all through the summer we have cilantro. Also, the cilantro, as it dies, let it dry on the stalk. And then what happens is the little seeds, you can pull them off, drop them right back in the dirt, and within a week they're going to go ahead and seed again. So that's what I like about cilantro. Although it doesn't last very long, it germinates very quickly and it grows very quickly. So you could get 2 or 3 or even 4, depending on where you live, harvests of cilantro in just one season. These stem parts, although they're so deliciously fragrant, I would not put them in my mixer right now because they tend to stay a little fibrous and they don't fibrous, and they don't mix as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and give this a rough chop and then drop that inside my mixer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take this one and do the same thing. Okay, now to that, I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of cloves of garlic. Garlic's my friend, so I'm not afraid to add a lot of garlic. And I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of pinches of salt. And then I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of canola oil, a couple of tablespoons. And that's it. Super simple, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and put the top on this mixer. I'll go ahead and chop it. Okay, so that's good. It's nice and thin. So go ahead and take it out of here. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. That consistency, it's thin and it's perfect. Like I said, for a marinade, we thinly slice chicken cutlets, and I'll put them like in a zip top bag, and I'll put some marinade in there with them. Remove all the air, put them in the refrigerator and let them marinate for, a half an hour or whatever, and then cook them on a really high heat in a cast iron skillet. I'll also use, a half a cup of this mixture in my turkey burger recipe, and it's absolutely delicious. But if you happen to have the cilantro on hand and you want to make this, but you're not planning on using it right away, what you can do is I just have here a regular ice cube tray, and you can go ahead and you can fill the ice cube tray with this mixture, and you can go ahead and put it in the freezer, and then pop these out, put them in a zip top bag or an airtight container, and you can store these in the freezer for a couple of months. I mean, I don't know that they would last that long because I use them very often, but you certainly could. And you don't have to just limit this to the recipe that I just gave you. You can do this with, if you get a large harvest of basil out of your garden and you don't want to run the risk of it, you know, spoiling before you get a chance to use it, go ahead and make this recipe, and instead of lime juice, you can go ahead and use lemon juice, and you can use, you know, the garlic and basil and a little bit of oil, and you can make a quick pesto sauce, and that also can freeze. So there's a lot of different possibilities to this recipe. Don't limit yourself. Be adventurous. Go ahead and test out different things. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you come up with. Don't forget to subscribe to our page and visit us on Facebook. Come back and see us again, because there's always something good cooking in Aunt Susie's kitchen.